Afternoon, dubbers. What date is it? The date is 12th. Oh, it's Jaden's birthday. Happy birthday, Jaden. It's the 12th, Tuesday the 12th of April. And I didn't work yesterday because I was working on my car. And I got a phone call, would I go to this place that I'm at now in Nottingham? And I like working for this company because I like the work. I.e., I picked a set of keys up, I picked the truck up, I drove to somebody's yard, picked a load up, and I brought it a long way away. Now I'm on my way home. And I like that kind of work. General haulage. So, everything was set for a perfectly fine day. But it's not. And I shall tell you why. First of all, that is what the weather's doing. Not of a great significance to me, granted, because I've just dropped 3 pallets off, that's it. I bought 3 pallets all the way from Nottingham to Sunderland. And one of those pallets had got 4 little boxes on it. You go figure. How it pays this job, I have no idea. But yeah, so I'm now on the A19, heading back home, and I'm at the Ron Perry and Sons truck stop. Over there, look. And I've just been speaking to that nice guy in that truck there. He's got some accident damaged vehicles on. And I was telling him about how I recently found out that if you've got a Class 2 licence, you couldn't use the spec lift on it. And he said, yeah, no, and he's Class 1. But he was moaning because he's on just above minimum wage, which is diabolical. And I said to him, I don't know how they manage to get Class 1 drivers to do that type of work. I have no idea. But they do. He says they do struggle. I said, well, I know for a fact that there's companies out there that have got Class 2 drivers doing exactly what he's doing. Exactly. And Class 2 drivers can drive that vehicle, no bother. But when it comes to that bit on the rear end, any more than 750 kilos hanging off that spec lift, and you're breaking the law. So, yeah, so because it's such a massive grey area, there's a lot of drivers out there breaking the rules. So there we go. But yeah, so the weather's not the only contributing factor. That today isn't perhaps as enjoyable as it should have been. No, I'm going to show you why it's not as enjoyable as it perhaps should have been. You ready? Oh no! And we still haven't come up with a name for this, an acronym, what each one of these letters stand for. Come on, dig deep. Yes, but if that's not bad enough, coupled with that gearbox, then I'm in a 7.5 tonner. Now, I am not a class snob. I don't care what class I drive in. As far as I'm concerned, everybody that's in this industry is in this industry, because we are all cogs in that gearbox. And that's the way it is. So there's no class snob. However, I know that when I'm in a 7.5 tonner, a few luxuries disappear out the window. Sometimes cruise control can be one of those, but this is not the case in this one, thank God. But the seat has not got air suspension in it. It doesn't bounce. It doesn't bounce. And it's hard on your bottom after a while, especially when you're driving 160 miles and 160 miles back. I like a bit of comfort. And just to add the cherry on that particularly unappetising cake that I've just described to you, this thing is woefully underpowered. My little 1K generator's got more power than this. It is it when the truck comes to even a slight hill, it goes, oh, I'm not sure I can get up that. Please don't make me get up that. It's ever so steep. And it goes. I'm not even talking about big hills. I've seen bigger speed bumps and this thing's been going up, and I've been on the level or going down an hill, overtaking a vehicle. I did overtook a Volvo 500, and they're a powerful truck, and he was going slow. I suspect he was dithering about is what he was doing. Anyway, he'd lost a bit of speed, and I went to overtake him, and then we come to an hill, and this thing just bogged down. All its power just trickled away with the rain. And this Volvo, he just put his foot down, didn't he? And I'd almost overtaken him, but no. Rather than let me in, what he did do was to put his foot down, and then he powered up, pulled into my lane, then overtook something else, as much as to say, ah, you puny little insignificant 7.5 tonner. So, what a bell end, what a plum sack. So, yeah, this thing has got no power. Yeah, doesn't like hills. Ooh, text message. Yeah, and I've just had to buy a cable out of that shop because mind you, I haven't needed my sat nav today because I've come from Nottingham to Sunderland. If you can't figure out how to get from Nottingham to Sunderland without a satellite navigation unit, then maybe this job's not for you, to be brutally honest. But yeah, so M1, M18 of it, A1, but now I'm on the A19, and I'm debating whether to follow it all the way down until it connects up with the A1, or whether to go. I'm just lower than Hartlepool at the minute. I could shoot off straight to the A1M now, because if I get on the A1M there'll be no roundabouts to go over, so it's a straight shunt. So there we go. Yeah, so unfortunately I'm not going to do any filming on my trip to Sunderland and back, and because the weather's so pants, it just wouldn't be interesting. And I've only had the one load and it's already done, so hey ho, all done. I've just picked up a couple of trucking magazines in that shop, because I like to see what's going on, but they're just rubbish. Trucking magazines are rubbish. The one I picked up, 90% of it was just adverts for lorries. So if anybody can recommend a good trucking magazine, I'd be quite interested. But yeah, so that's my day. On the way back to Nottingham, done. Catch you later. I've just received a comment off Trucker Bill, and he's telling me off. He says I've nicked one of his ideas, and where I'm outside my first drop of the day and I'm doing my trucker roll call, congratulating everybody on passing tests, and I used a little blue book, and I do notice that I've got to be honest, I haven't paid much mind to it, but I have noticed he's always scribbling a little book. But Bill, I'd love to tell you that I'd nicked one of your wonderfully inspirational ideas and that it was the best idea since sliced bread. However, I hate to disappoint you, mate, because my wife picked them little notepads, they're only mini notepads, up when she first started her counselling course, and she started that 4 years ago. So I hate to disappoint you, but they've been sat in our cupboard for years, and it was just happened to be the first thing at hand. So no, sorry, you've not inspired me. I take on board what a lot you tell me, but that wasn't one of them. So you're not taking credit for that, mate. I'm sorry. Catch you later. Maybe, Trucker Bill, you nicked that idea off my wife, because my wife had them books 4 years ago. Now there's to spin it round. Maybe you've nicked that idea off my wife. You could have been at the supermarket when she was buying them, I don't know. Come to think of it, there is a brakes in Grantham. Bill!